Rape is the only crime in which the victim has to prove her innocence, and I believe in your innocence. This is a quote from the book Rape Girl, published September 1st, 2012 by Elena Klein. I know everyone in this room has heard or read a story about a trial on date rape. Date rape is a serious problem in our society and needs to be dealt with. First, when learning about date rape, you have to know a few things. First, what date rape means. Next, we'll discuss signs of common date rape drugs. Then, ways to prevent date rape, and finally, resources for victims. First, learning what date rape means. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines date rape as the crime of forcing someone you know to have sex with you, especially while on a date. Date rape, a study done by Center for Disease Control in 2015 shows that 19.3% of women in their lifetime will be victims of date rape. But date rape does not only affect women. Approximately 1 in every 10 men in the United States will be raped. This may seem shocking to many of you because when you hear about date rape or date rape statistics, you hear about a woman victim. This is because in today's society, more women are being told to not be ashamed of what happened to them and come to the authorities. Men, on the other hand, rarely report being raped. Now that you know what date rape is, here are some of the common signs of date rape drugs. Date rape drugs are a huge part of date rape. A study done by Leah Labrisco in July of 2015 on alcohol and drug-related college rape cases shows that 4.2% of women were drugged unknowingly. Another way drugs are used in date rape situations is when the victim intentionally takes these drugs. When the victim intentionally takes these drugs, she or he does not know what they actually are taking. The drug is sold as something that it's not. 34.5% of the women in this study had this experience. Some of the common date rape drugs are alcohol, Rufinol, which more people know as roofies, ecstasy, GHB, and ketamine. All of these drugs have similar characteristics: the way they smell, the way they look, and the way they make you feel. Some of the similarities between how they look and smell are that most of them come in pill form and are odorless, and they usually dissolve easily in liquid. This makes it easier for the attacker to put it in someone's drink without the victim even noticing it. Some of the similar symptoms they have is that they affect your brain and your muscles. When they affect these parts of your body, it makes it hard to see, you may feel nauseous, you may be confused, and you may not remember your memory for the duration of being drugged. Now that drugs are a large part of date rape. Now that you know what date rape means and how drugs affect date rape, here are some of the ways to prevent date rape from happening. The first way to prevent date rape from happening is to not accept an open drink from a stranger. When accepting an open drink from a stranger, you don't know what is in the drink or what the drink is made of. If you are accepting drinks from a stranger, have them open it in front of you so you know what has or hasn't been put in it. Another way to prevent date rape is to tell your potential or partners what your limits are. Setting boundaries is never a bad thing. Also, if you are feeling the need to say no to something, please do. No always means no. Finally, prevention doesn't always cover everything. Finally, learning what resources are for victims. Some of the physical resources for a victim is to go to the hospital. When at the hospital, you will receive a sexual assault kit. In that, they may take a urine sample and a blood sample to see if and what drugs were used during your date rape. After you have visited the hospital, please contact the police. When you call the police, they will ask you a series of questions and they will tell you to not remove any of the clothes or pretty much to come just as you are. Don't change anything from what happened. If this date rape occurred a long period ago, that's fine. Still contact the police. You can help someone. Those are some of the physical ways. Now here are some of the emotional ways. Hotlines are available for every county. They will have a specific number. On these hotlines, there are trained professionals on the end that know what they're talking about to help you feel normal again. These hotlines also are toll-free and completely anonymous. Another way to get help and talk to other survivors is to go to an online chat room. Many of these online chat rooms, you don't have to give out any personal information and you can talk to other survivors. In conclusion, when talking about date rape, you should know what date rape is, what common drugs are used, ways to prevent it, and resources for date rape victims. Date rape is a serious problem in our society and should be regarded as one. A quote from the criminologist Frida Elders once said, "Rape is the only crime in which the victim becomes the accused."